Let's take a look at this under cabinet lighting kit that AIBOO sent over to me, which includes 16 of the lighting pucks. So there's a lot to unpack here, so let's take a look. So as you can see here, this is a box full of quite a few accessories that come with this. There's the LED controller, and then we got a manual switch right here that will also connect into the system. And then there's the power supply. And then we got all these cables that come with all these lights right here. So let's take all these out and get them out of our way here. And it looks like we also have extra cables, little extenders, extension cords basically, just to go around if you need them. And there's also a package of screws. And then this little power distribution plugs in to the LED controller, and then all of your lights plug in to each of these. So this is quite a kit that you get here. And then here's the little sticky pads that go onto the light pucks themselves to go up if you don't want to screw into the cabinets. And there's a remote. So let's connect all this up and see how they look under the cabinets. I have all the wires coming from the lights, not hidden away, because I wanted to give you a visual representation of how they needed hooked up. But before that, I wanted to give you a before and after of what it looks like without the lights on right now, and then I turn them on. As you can see, it just really makes the kitchen counters pop. That underlighting is amazing. And there's also a few options here. We have warm white, which gives you more of that orangey warm glow, which some people really like, some people don't. So kind of in the middle there is this neutral light, and then there's the cold looking light, which also some people like, some people don't. I tend to like the middle one. Has a little bit of warmth to it, but not too much. And then you also got different colors here. You can do green, purple, blue, red, or pink, and just has different options that you can mess with. And then also, let's go back to the normal white. That's going to be what most people are going to use this for. Also on the remote here, you can see there's a timer option where there's 1, 2, and 4 hours. So some people may like using that. And then there's different brightnesses. So we can dim the lights down. We can turn the lights up. I think I just accidentally hit something. So let's go back to normal white and then turn that all the way up. And there's different modes. These are obviously fading, flashing different colors. And so they'll have different modes you can do. And then let me hit that again. So then you can also change speeds. There's a lot of options on this remote for you to do with these lights. So I'm going to go back to the normal, and then we're going to take a look at all these cables just to give you a detailed explanation of how this works. So we first start at the power plug. I have this plugged into the wall. That comes to this light switch, which has to be turned on for the remote to work. So you can see you can do manually switching it off and on. So that has to be left on for the remote to work, and that continues on to this LED controller, which splits off into 2 wires. And there are 2 hubs that come in this kit. This is the 16 light kit, and underneath each hub there is 8 ports for the lights to plug into. So these 2 hubs have to be plugged into this LED controller, and then off of the hub it splits into all your lights. Now some of the lights will be able to be directly plugged into the hub. Other lights, such as this one right here, I have the included extension cord going all the way over here, which then goes up to that light. And to determine which lights get extension cords, here are some of the other extension cords that they include. They have in the instructions of a profile of plugging them in with the 8 light version, and then how you plug them in with the 16 light version. So depending on your kitchen and the way it is set up will depend on the way that you plug in all of your lights. I just wanted to leave these out so you can see a good representation of how they plug in. Obviously, you would have to figure out a way to get them all packed up into underneath the cabinets here and figure out the best way for your kitchen. So depending on your kitchen style, I would definitely recommend these lights because they have a lot of features that they include on this remote. I really like that about these lights, and they're also just a really nice broadcast that they have with the diffuser on the light itself. There's a little cover on the diffuser, and this is just a really nice set that you can get for your kitchen. Definitely would recommend it if you can use these for your kitchen setup.